Kilo.
Good morning. How are we? I'm Chris Carino. I want to welcome you here to the Hospital for Special Surgery Training Center, the training home of the Brooklyn Nets. I want to welcome in everyone watching on brooklynnets.com. Thank you for being here this morning. I want to welcome the family of D'Angelo Russell. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to be introducing today D'Angelo and Timofey Mozgov, who are up on the podium, as well as Nets General Manager Sean Marks and Nets Head Coach Kenny Atkinson. We'll open it up to questions in just a little bit. There is a microphone, so please wait to get the microphone and give us your name and affiliation when you do. But first, to start things off, I'd like to introduce the General Manager of the Nets, Sean Marks. Sean?
Thanks, Chris. Welcome, everybody. Like Chris said, before I get started with D'Angelo and Timofey, I'd like to say thanks on behalf of Kenny, myself, ownership, the entire organization, for everything that Brooke has done. Obviously, these guys wouldn't be up here if we hadn't made the trade. So I'd like to thank Brooke and his family for all of the tireless effort on and off the court that they've been a part of our community and our family for a long time. Now, having said that, I'd like to welcome, obviously, D'Angelo and Timofey and their families. Timofey's wife, Alec, cannot be here, but we'd like to welcome her and their child and everybody else into the Nets family here. We're thrilled to have this group and add these two guys to our already young and growing core. Kenny will talk a little bit further later about the playing style and ability and how they'll fit. I'll just add that where we are in our life cycle and how we're growing here, these two fit. They fit with what we're trying to do here. We're thrilled to have them. We're excited to welcome them into our Nets family. So welcome to the families of both as well.
Yeah, I'd like to second that. First of all, I would like to talk about Brooke and how much I enjoyed coaching him. From my first year as a head coach, he was a joy to coach. Love being around him. He's an all-time Net, and again, I thought he had a great season. That being said, I'd like to welcome D'Angelo and Timmy. I think, like Sean said, this kind of fits our timeline, adding these two young, exciting players. And, we're moving in a youthful direction. We're adding more talent to our roster. And I'm personally excited to get a chance to coach both these guys. I've had an experience with Timmy, obviously with the Knicks, so know him pretty well. I've watched a lot of D'Angelo over the last couple of years and love the talent, and I'm excited to coach these guys.
If we could open it up to questions now. Again, we have a microphone. Megan has it here. You could just tell us your name and affiliation. And Sarah, why don't you begin?
Sarah Kustak with the Yes Network. Welcome, you guys. D'Angelo, if we could just start with you. What was your initial reaction when you heard about the news of the trade?
I was surprised. Never really been traded before, so didn't know what to expect. But I'm here now, and I'm beyond excited.
In saying that, what are your initial impressions of the organization and even just the short time that you've been here?
Everybody's on the same page. Just the camaraderie, with everybody, the staff, the players, everybody's really intact with each other. And you can tell everybody's hungry around here, really wants to get back to where they want to be.
Timofey, for you, how do you look at this opportunity?
How you look at organization? I love it. Looks like a big family to me. Like already been here like 2 days, and love it already. Just looking forward to being a part of it.
For you, D'Angelo, you obviously mentioned that it took you a little bit by surprise. When you're on your way out of Los Angeles and you've been arguably their best player, when you hear Magic Johnson say some of the things that he said on your way out, and then a day later, Pelinka and Lance are saying kind of the opposite, what do you make of that? What's your response to that or your reaction to that?
Like I said, it's good to be here. You know, can't really control that. What they say, I'm gone. So it's the past. I'm here now. So it's irrelevant, honestly.
For D'Angelo, what kind of contact have you had with Jeremy Lin? Have you guys talked about how it's going to be to play together? You know, initially, what's your feeling about what that pairing is going to be like for you?
Honestly, I've talked to all the players, you know, just a little bit. They've been great. They reached out to me with open arms. And Jalen's been good too. You know, I talked to him a little bit when I first got here. And it's been the same. I really got to talk to him about playing with him. But looking forward to it.
D'Angelo, having now had a couple seasons under your belt in getting this change of environment and atmosphere, what do you look at as the biggest lessons that you've learned in just the mindset now with this fresh start?
Control what you can control is really the main focus in this league for me, you know, and for a lot of players, I would say. There's a lot of things you can't control going in and out of games, going in and out of seasons. So try to not, pay attention less to the things you can't control.
Kenny, for you, and I know you touched on it, but back to Timofey, how do you see him fitting into the way you want to play and just the style that you guys have created?
Yeah, Timmy fits perfectly. He's a competitive player. He's a guy that loves to run the court. He's a physical player. I think he rolls to the rim in the pick and roll, which we love. But really, at the end of the day, I love the person. I was around him, obviously, with the Knicks, and love being around him, love being around his family. So he fits a culture we're trying to build, and a competitive, high-character guy.
For D'Angelo, what happened last year with the Lakers where, Walton wound up taking you out of the starting point guard role and then moved you to shooting guard? What did you feel? Did you feel that was justified, or what was your reaction to that happening?
Honestly, I didn't really look for an explanation behind it. Like I said, going back to controlling what you can control. I didn't think I was in a position to question that. He's a head coach. He decided to do that and just went with it.
And can you explain the difference from your viewpoint of playing the two different positions? Do you feel you prefer one over the other?
I don't. I feel like at the end of the day, everybody's a basketball player, and the way that the league's changing, nobody's really recognized for a position. So I just try to make plays when I'm out there and be the best basketball player I can be.
D'Angelo, in what ways do you think a change of scenery will help you both on the court and off the court?
I mean, it's great. Being 21, living in LA, coming to New York is not a complaint for me or my family. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I repeat myself, but it's the truth.
For Sean, were you surprised at all that a player of D'Angelo's caliber became available?
Was I surprised? I think this is being opportunistic, looking at what the Lakers were dealing with. We're always in that talent acquisition mode here. We will be for a while, but again, adding a player, specifically D'Angelo, being 21, we could have easily drafted somebody who was a year older than D'Angelo. So the fact that we get somebody here, 21 years old, can develop with Kenny and our player development coaches and our coaches, as I've said many times, that's what I'm banking on.
Kenny, BrooklynNets.com over here. Just what is the value in having a player that's won a championship in your room on the floor?
Yeah, and I was with the Hawks, so we were on the side of Timmy played great against us in the playoffs. So it's important. Timmy's seen it all. He's seen organizations in different phases. So the fact that he was around a group that won a championship is so important and played a important role in that. And I was picking his brain, the other day, just asking him what that was like, and what was the leadership like on that team, and we can all learn from it. I can learn from it, and I'll continue to ask him about that situation.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN. Timofey, what was your recollections of Kenny from your times with the Knicks, and do you think he's going to have you step out, take three-point shots? Brooke only took 31 in 8 years.
Let's see if coach let me shoot, so I will shoot. I'm the guy who do it whatever coach told me to do. So he tell me shoot a half court, I'm gonna shoot half court. It was like 50 shots, so simple for me. Like, if you guys want me shoot three, so I gotta work on it. Easy.
Timofey, Mark Soleimano of Hoops Rumors. You come from you were playing for the Cavaliers, a championship-winning team. What do you feel you can bring from that experience to this team?
I'm not the guy who talk a lot, so I just seems like how the guys doing the work. I see how the guys being professional, coming, day by day to the practice and doing things like they have to be practice, treatment, the right food, and everything. So you see the details, and this is the deal. Like, you gotta bring the details, I think. So, and you just gotta be you, and it's it.
For D'Angelo, your first year you had to play with Kobe when he was on the way out. Last year you had a new coach. Can you describe, what your first 2 years were like? Were they rough? Did you feel like there were some obstacles to overcome?
Definitely, being a rookie coming in is not easy, so it's everything, I don't know, it happens for a reason, getting the opportunity to play with Kobe was definitely a plus, getting a new coach was definitely a plus, but I can't control that, so a lot of guys have it easier, a lot of guys may have it harder. My situation was different, it was what it was. It's the past, I'm here, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, now you're with an organization that, as they said, they're building a very young core of players, and obviously you're going to be a big part of that. Is that an exciting thing for you? Or, I mean, you're starting with the NBA's worst team last year, record-wise, but how do you view the opportunity that you're going to have here?
I think the sky's the limit for the opportunity. We got a lot of great guys around here. Like I said, the front office, those guys do their thing. The coaches, they're just as hungry as the players. And I feel like we put it all together. Everybody really wants the one thing at the end of the day, and that's to win. And that's the main focus.
Timofey, this is twofold. I mean, I believe you're going to be playing, and if you're in a lineup with three guys that are, say, 22 and under, how much more of a leadership role do you anticipate having to take over the course of the season, first off?
So I got this experience last year, and I think I learned a lot, and these are the things probably I will do different. But like I said, the main thing, you don't have to talk much or do you just have to show how to work like by yourself. You don't have to talk, say, hey guys, we gotta do this. Just do you think, like the guys do other thing. Of course, you gotta speak on the court and all this stuff. But I think the last year gave me a lot of experience, so I will see how I handle it this year.
And you mentioned that you're not much of a talker.
Yeah.
Whenever you read about this trade, seemingly anytime your name is mentioned, somewhere either the paragraph right after is your salary. Do you take that as a motivation when people have characterized this in that fashion?
The first of all, I gotta be good to myself. So this is the first I ask myself a question: do I earn this money? I do a lot of stuff? So and then you can think about the people. So the first of all, I ask from myself. So what I can do and what I can do better, or if I don't do enough. So it's all about myself first.
D'Angelo, Young Musik, ESPN. Was wondering, you posted a night workout on your Instagram account. I was wondering, when was that? Was that last night? And also, how motivated are you to prove people wrong after the Lakers traded you? And what bothers you the most about maybe what people think about your reputation or what was said after you left?
I would say me proving anybody wrong is not my focus. I don't feel like anybody's gonna have more pressure on me than me or my family. So that's another thing that's not really relevant to me. The workout was last night. Karras was supposed to be there, but he wasn't. And I'm excited. Like I said, once I heard the trade happen, like I said, I was surprised. I didn't look at it as a negative. I looked at it as a celebration. And I can't wait to get in the gym with these guys and just learn from them.
Malika Andrews, New York Times. D'Angelo, a critique of you was your leadership skills. And I'm wondering if you see yourself becoming a leader on this team. And if so, how do you plan to take the steps to do that?
By example first. You know, it's a lot of new faces. I don't think anybody would take it the right way for a new guy to just come in barking right away. That's not really my personality, so I'm gonna try to lead by example first, get guys credit, get guys respect, and just go from there.
Daniel Popper, New York Daily News. D'Angelo, what are you most looking forward to about playing and living in New York?
The fans are great. You know, to be in Brooklyn, I couldn't imagine it. Like I said, moving from LA to New York is a blessing. I would say most people want to live in one of these two cities. You know, so to get the opportunity to live in both was something I can't really complain about.
We're good. Well, we appreciate everyone's questions. We will be breaking out into individual sessions. And we're going to come up to take photos first, and then we'll break out into individual interview sessions. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming, and thank you for tuning in on BrooklynNets.com.